Beaumaris Gaol. I think that's how you pronounce it. Do you know how you pronounce it, Jeffrey? Sounds about right. Sounds about right. From 1829. Sweet. Ah, stocks. Oh, look at these leg shackles. How would you get that? Surely that doesn't go around your ankle. That's for small ankles. That's my hand. How are they? Oh, perhaps these are the leg ones.
Imagine being shackled up.
I don't think you get that round my ankle.
No, you wouldn't. Not the size of you, mate.
But
Beast.
silly. Oh, the laundry. This is your favourite place, Mange.
It's not my favourite place.
What are these called?
Bundles.
Maybe we could start a band.
That's the mangle.
Oh yeah, that's the mangle, that's right. You turn this and it's like a rinses all the water out of it. Imagine having to clean all the prisoners' stuff. Oh! Didn't expect him to be standing there. He's a bit green as well.
Oh, my fucking leg.
Jesse, are you locking me out? Prisoners worked in here for 12 hours a day, 6 till 6, making brushes, sewing sacks and repicking old ropes to reclaim the fibres. And if you didn't get your work done, you didn't get your supper. So you just chained together sitting on these benches for 12 hours a day.
Picking them ropes and that.
Or you don't get any food. Have that. This is where they used to break rocks. Apparently, Amanda's read it out. Break the rocks to size small enough to get through that. That'd have been pretty hard work. I think I'd rather have been in there de-picking old ropes. Mind you, at least you got some sunshine out of here, eh? It's an old cell. Just have a tap. And an old toilet, which is basically just a pan. And that's it. Obviously a bed in here, I assume. Nice. In contrast, this is the warden's or boss's digs. A little bit nicer. Check out these old keys. Awesome. Another example of a typical early days cell. Being here 10 hours a day. 8 till 6 in the morning. I reckon it's get as low as 10 degrees. I've already got colder than that. Wow. Pretty rough. This is another example, is it? Oh yeah, this is the bed, hammock bed. Apparently this is where they used to open this door and hang them out of there, and this is where they used to stay the night before they got executed. The condemned man, usually blindfolded, was positioned on a trapdoor. The fatal noose was placed around his neck. Swiftly, the executioner pulled a lever, opening the trapdoor, and the drop took place. Nice. Victorian era hanging. So that's how you spent your last hours. On a manky old hammock. Nice. Last man to be executed here, by all accounts, killed his ex-missus for running off with another man in 1910. Jealousy. Later had one of these really hard beds. I hope they had a mattress on the top, because if they didn't, I'd rather have the hammock, I think. I don't think that's an upgrade. I think that's worse than the hammock, isn't it? This is where new prisoners would come and have their mugshot taken and then antibacterial bath and then chucked into their work gear and into their cell. This was the man-powered wheel which was used to supply the jail with water. Although punishment by hard labour was its primary aim, the tread wheel was sited beside the prisoner well. So they basically used to, like basically a stairmaster, used to take it in turns. And well, there you go. You can see, there's the wheel. Just hold on to that
The execution.
and walk. Take it in turns, the other person will sit there and then they'd work this. Apparently in other prisons they used to have the same setup, but it was non-productive. It used to create air basically, whereas at least this used to pump water around the jail. If anyone's ever been in a Stairmaster, then they know how rough that is. And this is the whipping room, probably if you didn't walk quick enough. Strap you to that frame and whip you. What's this around here? Ah, the toilet. Lovely. This is the chaplaincy where they used to come for their religious teachings. The chapel was an important part of the new, more humane approach to the treatment of prisoners. Although many other aspects of prison life were intended to be punitive, the influence of religion was intended to bring about a moral reform to the offenders. Probably just a respite for them from hard labour. This is the extent of the prison kitchen. Just one fire oven. It says apparently the prison diet was adequate for health but monotonous. Oatmeal gruel porridge was a staple food served for breakfast, supper and sometimes for dinner. Meat was provided twice a week, with other foods were bread, potato soup and cocoa sweet with molasses to provide energy needed for hard labour on the treadwheel or at breaking stones. It also says on here that some people used to put some weight on in prison because they had more food. Terrible. A woman lived in here with her husband who was a policeman and her baby. Imagine that, living in here if you're not actually a prisoner. It says here, there's a quote from her: "We lived in the jail for 4 years, my husband and I, from 1934 to 37, with a new baby, Maureen. When I think back, sometimes I don't know how we managed. It was a hard life then, so cold, but you got used to it. It wasn't so bad, and we had some good times there too." Unbelievable. So yeah, this is where they used to have dinner.